What would you consider an essential service? For some, it's the parcels of food that are delivered weekly and sometimes daily by volunteers from Meals on Wheels. That local charity has been chosen as the beneficiary of the ABC's Queensland Gives appeal this year, and you are about to meet two very dedicated volunteers from Broadbeach, mum and son duo, Miriam and Lachlan. Hello to both of you.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, thank you. Hello. 17 years of age. You're about to go into year 12, Lachlan.
Yep.
So how do you balance it? Because, it was a little while ago for me, but I remember year 11 being quite study crazy. Do you just sort of make time in order to help volunteer?
Yeah. We usually have, in the Wednesday mornings, we usually have, a spare class in the morning, so I can do it.
So you've worked it in.
Yeah.
Worked it into your school curriculum. I love that. So, Miriam, tell me how all of this came to be.
So how Lachlan is doing the volunteering, or we're both doing the volunteering with Broadbeach Meals on Wheels, is he's participating in the Duke of Edinburgh Award, and he's been doing that for quite a few years now, and now he's on his gold level. So he's completed his bronze and silver. And the Duke of Award program is about getting a well-rounded a young person, so that they get confidence in all different areas of life. So they do they do areas of service, which is where we do the Meals on Wheels, sport, which can be any sport, skill, which can be anything that they're really interested in, and then adventurous journeys. And part of the gold level as well, as they do a community project. So Lachlan's already done that community project, which was doing some weed work out at Binnaburra. But as the service component, we're doing Meals on Wheels. And the reason why I'm participating as well is because he's underage. He needs parental guidance. So really enjoyed being a part of the program and getting to know all the volunteers and also the part of the community where we support them with the Meals on Wheels program.
It is such a good idea. So, Lachlan, what have you personally got out of it, be it conversations you've had with people or even seeing how other people live?
Yeah, probably seeing how other people live and how much you can help the elderly and vulnerable.
So do you actually, part of the delivery, so you go to homes?
We mostly do the packing. So we get everything ready for the drivers so that they can go and deliver. So making sure that, we get anywhere between 15 and 25, 30 orders a week, just in the one day that we do, and we do packing. There's packers 3 days a week, so the delivery 3 days a week. We do a Wednesday, so it's the midweek one, which is quite nice. 15 orders. Look, they can vary from one meal to probably 20 meals in just one person's delivery. The people that like to get 1 or 2 meals, they're ones that like to have the drivers come and see them quite regularly. Have a chat, just check in. And it's a really good way for, people to come and check in on them because, they are vulnerable, they are alone, or they don't have many visitors. And it's a nice excuse for someone to come and visit them and just to bring a meal and say hello and have a happy face.
And it's not just seniors either. I think we have this understanding of Meals on Wheels of people who want to stay at home for as long as possible, which is part of what happens. But then there's more to it than that. What have you learned about the service itself?
We've learned it's also about the vulnerable. So it's not only about the elderly. It's ones that, are not really can look after themselves, or they may not have people here, especially with our COVID lockdown. A lot of the elderly that we have, or the vulnerable here, do not have people close by. They're in other states, so they've been isolated for quite a long time. And that's where it's really important with a company like Meals on Wheels or an association, that it really touches base. I remember being in high school, and that's a long, long time ago, of going and doing the volunteering with Meals on Wheels.
Oh,
so it's
really?
Something that
it's been around for something like 65 years. You forget how long it's been around.
I think I did it in the 80s, which is starting to show my age, but I do clearly remember going out because it was the first time I'd ever heard of it. And I just think it's lovely that you can go and meet people and they get to be in contact with what's going on in the community as well.
Has the food changed much since the 80s?
I don't remember what it was like back then. But it's just your very typical packaged meal, which, we do the main meals, desserts, soups, omelettes and drinks. So it's just very similar to all your frozen meals, and that way they can keep it and get it.
And eat it when it's most convenient for them.
Absolutely.
And they do have dietitians on board, so they do take it very, very seriously as well.
Yeah.
How long can you see yourself doing this for, Lachlan?
Probably for 1 year.
And, for 1 year. Have you enjoyed it? I mean, what do you do when you're packing the meals? How long does it take you to do it on a Wednesday?
Probably about 30 minutes at most.
Yeah, so not long.
Hour, 30 minutes to an hour. We're usually there.
Yeah, nice.
So it's cleaning all the bags, making sure that they're disinfected, then going through all the lists and then picking all the items, packing them all, checking them all, and then making sure that they're all ready for a driver to pick up so that they have everything they need, that they don't need to check anything. So everything's there ready for them just to grab a bag and go.
And what's it like working with your mum?
Pretty fun.
Yeah.
A lot more organised.
Yeah. Oh, did you say your mum's super organised?
Yeah, like pretty organised together.
Yeah, nice.
Making the meals.
Got a good routine that he does one thing, I do another, so it's like a production line now.
I could only imagine. Yeah. I could only imagine the different traits you bring to the role of packing with Meals on Wheels. But I think at the heart of it, it's volunteers like yourself that keeps Meals on Wheels going, which is why the ABC is saying, hey, help out as best you can, because without them we ain't got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
To both of you, thank you very much. Is this a school day for you?
No.
No, you're done. Have you finished for the year?
Exam block this week.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, as much as I'd like to keep you distracted, it's time to get back to it. It's been so nice meeting both of you, though, to Lachlan and to Miriam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Meals on Wheels, just a bit of an understanding as to what goes on behind the scenes for a service that so many people rely on here on the Gold Coast.